So people don't want to deal with that. They don't want to deal with the reality of how evil our institutions are. But guess what? The time for fear is over. You have to face this reality because it's the only way that we're going to be able to move forward.
Well, I didn't give my name because you don't have to sign in. You don't have to identify yourself. We're not criminals. What they're doing to you is a policy. It's not a law. You should know that, and you can look it up if you want. Baines versus City. It's a First Amendment right. Anyway, my advice to you, Mr. Attorney, is to look into that and get that off of there, because we can come up here and talk without having to identify. There's no reprisal. Same thing Kerry did to everybody when they were doing the annexation. She used that list to harass people, so we don't have to do that. I do like how you got rid of the illegal decorum you had up there. We're allowed to address these people and call them pieces of shit, whatever we want, so thank you for that. They are also allowed to talk back to us. It's a First Amendment right. No matter what policy you try to throw at them, y'all can talk to us too. Now, Aaron Jones falsified a government document about an investigation. The investigation was over Officer Valdez regarding Herman, the homeless man that APPD right here beat inside his cell on 4/26/24. They actually tortured the man.
Fucking pussy. Motherfucker.
Officer Valdez had text message between him and Herman. Herman asked for help because he was beat by a bat the week before these guys beat him up. Valdez basically told him on text message just to leave town. Officer Aaron Jones found no foundings on that. Yeah, what a joke, right? It's on YouTube, the text messages, and Facebook. You're a fucking liar. Allegation. It's also the allegation that Mr. Herman was placed in restraints and beat. Well, he was placed in restraints. He was beat. Officer Jones found this unfounding. Well, y'all can watch it on YouTube. The body cam feed is on my YouTube showing Herman was placed in restraints. These restraints are designed for a person sitting up. That's the way they're designed, and they laid him on the ground. This can cause him to aspirate and die, but I guess they didn't care, right?
So, anyways, you were on that toilet, and you could have fell off and hurt yourself.
All right, so here's APPD's policy on the leg restraints they utilize on this individual. Leg restraints may be used to restrain the legs of violent or potentially violent people, right? This guy was not violent. He was complacent. He obeyed all commands. He was actually humming to be calm, so there was no violent nature in him. He did threaten suicide several times, but there was no evidence that he tried to commit suicide in any way besides putting a blanket on his head. So they have to, whether the officer or others could be exposed to injury due to basically an assault or resistance behavior. And this guy was, again, complacent. He wasn't fighting. Whether it's reasonably necessary to protect the person from his own actions. Well, they provided no evidence that this guy tried to harm himself in any way. They allegedly said he stood on the toilet, but standing on the toilet is not banging your head on the wall, not cutting your arms, not smashing your hands against the wall. He's not violent. Not trying to hurt himself, again, other than the blanket. And property damage. This guy wasn't hitting anything. He picked up their mattress and put it against the door, right?
So if there is body cam feed, and that body cam feed shows officers beating somebody, that's not right. Now, there's no report of him getting put in a straitjacket. That's what he told me.
So it's called the wrap. Mm-hmm. So it's not a straight jacket.
Right. It's a restraint.
It's a restraint that restrains the legs.
Mm-hmm.
And they put them in a seated position, essentially.
Thank you. Get off my leg. My dick's hanging out. My dick is really hanging out.
All right, it's fine.
My dick is hanging out. See, look. See it? See how my dick right here?
Hang on.
See my dick? That's my dick. Fucker.
Hang
That's my dick.
You want that, Michael?
That's my dick.
What's going on, man?
That's my dick.
The restraints were bounded around this guy's genitals, and he's screaming in pain as these pieces of shit beat him and found him not guilty. Come on.
My dick's hanging out, you fucking bitch. My dick's hanging out.
For what?
Ow, you down my fucking leg, motherfucker! You're my leg, you son of a bitch! You're my leg, hey, no, stop! I stop! I stop! God damn it! I stop! 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 Get off my leg! Get off my leg! Get off my leg! Get off my leg!
They tightened the strap several more times as he's screaming. It's around his junk. He's screaming for help, and they kept doing it. They also left his butt and his genitals hanging out as he was trapped for an hour. The female officer asked Mr. Jones if she should cover him up, and Mr. Jones said, and left him there with his butt and his dick hanging out. Y'all people are disgusting.
Remember what I did? Lady.
Again, Officer Jones said, no foundings, not guilty. Of course, they self-audit themselves, right?
Just to have some mercy. You know y'all drug me in both barns and snitch, and I'm going to jail for this, and I'm telling
Mr. Gray has some mental issues. He asked for mental assistance several times, asked to go to a psych ward several times, and Mr. Jones said that was a lie. He said it 7 times on the fucking video. 7! And he asked for a mental ward 3. That's 10 times cried for help. And instead of helping the man that got beat with a bat, y'all beat the crap out of him again. Worthless motherfucker you are.
So you want to kill yourself, Herm? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, damn right.
Okay.
Go back to bed.
Watch the YouTube channel, guys. I don't fucking lie. This guy lies. These 3 in the middle, lie. They're all pieces of shit and they're liars. Watch the video. Y'all raise hell about these motherfuckers. Because these 3 won't be here next year. Anyway, that's Texas Penal Code 3708. False report of a police officer. It's a Class B misdemeanor. The proof's on the internet. There's no investigation. They didn't do an investigation. You know why? Because they're lying pieces of shit. If I wasn't investigated, y'all wouldn't even know about it.
Trying to figure out what happened.
Okay.
Do you know?
So I was there at the point where he said that I walked in. Nobody was beating him or anything at that time.
Okay.
I mean,
God damn it, hurt! You got hurt, dude! You got my fucking wrist, you got fucking hurt!
he did have some cuts and stuff. I'm not sure what extent. I walked in there already inside the cell.
Okay.
And then he was released a short time later. But I mean,
Okay.
it's definitely something we don't mind looking into.
Yeah. So I'm assuming since it was an intervention and they had to put him in a straitjacket, there's body cam footage, right?
I would assume.
Okay.
Shameful. Well, how do you and Carrie say? Disgusting. Pieces of shit.
Jason, I want to tell you something, and excuse me, I'm going to do this. I reviewed that video. For y'all that don't know me, I'm a 33-year police officer, retired police officer, and investigator. And I've done many cases like what he's talking about. And Jason, I reviewed that video. That police officers did not beat the man. They didn't do nothing to him. They tried to be respectful to him. I know, listen to me. You had your time. Now it's mine. Because this is getting out of hand, Jason.
Be nice to me, lady. Don't be nice to me.
Okay.
I'm dead. Don't be nice to me.
So, anyways, you were on that toilet, and you could have fell off and hurt yourself.
Oh, I don't remember.
You remember what?
I can't remember. I can't.
Well, Randy Haskins, I'd say it's way the fuck out of hand, boy. You're covering up for these pieces of shit. They left that guy in blood, facts, proven. They strapped him up, hurt him, proven. Messed up his wrist, proven. Hurt his leg, proven. All for what? Because he was being calm and collective and non-combative? Complete bullshit, brother. And they did not send me any video of him standing on a toilet. Why? If some officer went inside the room with him at any time, there should have been body cam feed. And even if he was standing on a fucking toilet, that doesn't mean he's going to hurt himself. He wasn't punching the walls, hitting the walls, scratching himself, nothing. The only wounds that man got were from APPD, and you're covering for their ass.
They asked him if he wanted them to pull their pants up, and he said no.
Be nice to me, lady. Don't be nice to me.
Okay.
I'm dead. Don't be nice to me.
So, anyways,
They put him in that restraint deal because that's the way you do it when somebody is trying to hurt themselves.
Mr. Haskins, no evidence of anybody trying to hurt themselves. He did say he was suicidal 7 or 8 times and wanted to go to a mental ward. And your officers denied him that. So could he have been suicidal? Most likely he could have been. Who knows? But no medical evaluation was done. Did he try to hurt himself at all? Negative. There were no wounds from him on his entire body. They were caused from a man beating him with a bat that your cops didn't help him with, and they were caused by officers lacerating his left arm and by officers hurting his right leg and his wrist and his genitals and leaving his ass out.
One of the toughest, most resilient human beings that I have ever met in my life. And let me tell you what, everybody wants to act like a tough guy, right? Everybody wants to act like a tough guy. Well, when the shit goes down, you find out who tough guys are and who tough guys are not. This guy is the legitimate, ultimate American badass of all time.
I don't know, listen to me. I do not know why they didn't take him to the hospital. They have their own reasons and I haven't asked. But as for your videos, he was not beat on by the police officers and he was no, I'm not, Jason.
I have the video. They left him in
So do I.
for an hour.
So do I.
An hour. He was responsive, he was compliant, he wasn't a threat. They wrapped up his dick and slammed it.
Jason, do you know why they put him in the wrap? Because he was standing up on the toilet, gonna fall off of it.
Show me. He won't give me that video. He denied me that video. Show me.
That's what it is.
Show me. You can't because he won't give it to you.
Will you give me that video, Chief?
I'll give you anything you want.
I'll get it.
They told me the video doesn't exist. Lying pieces of shit.
All right, Team Patriots, as always, I show the truth. These guys are lying SOBs, and now I guess Randy Haskins is completely misinformed, or he's a liar too. So he hadn't watched the videos. You saw that, and he said he did, but he didn't. So that's a lie. But here's lie number 2. So they're saying that there is video feed of the body cam feed of them going inside this chamber with Mr. Herman right before they tortured him. Well, I asked for that. And they say on here that there's no other body cam feed. Well, there has to be a body cam feed if they go inside somebody's jail cell. So either they're lying or they turned off their body cam feeds, which is both bullshit, right? I also asked for Aaron Jones. At the end of the video, you can tell that on my last video that he's still filming, he's still talking. He's trying to investigate, talk to his guys about what's going on and why they did this to him, and they shut off the body cam feed from there where I can't see it. Now, the body cam was still rolling. They just shut off what they sent to us so we can view it. So they're lying, covering up pieces of shit. Randy, shame on you.
This is getting out of hand.
It's been out of hand.
Just point of clarification. Just point of clarification. There was a very in-depth investigation. He never requested the documents that explain the gravity of that investigation. The other thing is,
I'm here to get the police report in general for why he was arrested, and then I would like to know if this is true, right? And he said several times he asked to go here. Why didn't we send him?
Okay. Yeah, I don't know about that until I look into it.
Okay. Now, what about Mr. Valdez telling him to leave town?
And until we investigate it, I can't tell you a whole lot. Okay, but I can tell you that we'll look into it and see what's.
So I have the text messages.
Okay.
So when you want to investigate it, you call me and I'll come down here and show you. Okay. And it's Valdez's text between him and.
Okay.
Okay. And Valdez is trying to get him to snitch, and he don't want to be a snitch. But he does say he got beat with a bat, and that man didn't help him, which really bothers me. And to tell him to leave town is complete BS.
Right.
Right.
So, do you mind filling out a complaint form?
Well, I didn't have a complaint. I filled out what I wanted.
Okay.
I'm not complaining yet, if that makes sense.
Well, no, that helps us in the process of doing the internal investigations.
Right. What I filled out is I want his investigative work.
Here I did follow up May 3rd. Hey, where's this data at? And they said they're still working on it, right? And then I followed up again. Well, Aaron Jones followed up in June and gave me this, but not an official report. This is not even what all the stuff I asked for. Like I wanted the report on the them strapping him up. I wanted the report on the abuse, and I didn't get any of that. They just found themselves not guilty with no report, right? And this is a self-audit from the police department. So what should you expect? And again, shame on you, Randy Haskins, for taking these guys back without having all the data and all the facts. Shame on you.
Is he asked for all the body cam footage. He received all the body cam footage. There is other video that the council may be privileged to that is recorded in-house. We don't want to just publicly release it. So as part of privilege for council, I can share it. But to release it publicly, I would have to seek an AG opinion to do so because it gives away security details inside of our secure facility.
Thank you, Chief, and thank you, Mr. Haskins. Mayor, if I may, I'd like to use this as an educational opportunity. We have recently changed our agenda format. We've moved public comment to the beginning of our meetings rather than at the end of the meetings where it used to be. And we're trying to impose a procedure where citizens get their 3 minutes to speak. Council does not engage in dialogue back and forth. The way the Open Meetings Act is written, it allows council members to ask factual questions and to receive a factual response. And as I explained to you before when we set up this process, it's my preference that council members wait until after the citizens have concluded their remarks, and then now at this time, council members can ask a factual question and any staff member can respond to that in a factual way.
Put up with corruption, I don't put up with bullshit, I don't put up with these motherfuckers lying to us. Randy Haskins, again, very disappointed in you. You got up to the community and you lied. You lied, said you knew for a fact that this man was on the toilet and you never saw a video because it wasn't publicized. They didn't send it to me. The body cam feed was destroyed, covered up, or he wasn't wearing it at all. Now, if they got a camera in there, which they did, and they're not sharing it to the public for transparency, that's also bullshit. But again, even if the man was on the toilet, that doesn't mean he is violent. It doesn't mean he is hurting himself at all. Go read APPD's manual. That's what it specifically talks about. And he did not do any of those. He just cried for help because he's a manic depressed and he was suicidal. And you guys did not help him. Instead, y'all cut up his left arm, bruised his right leg by sitting on it, jumping on it, pulled his pecker out and strapped that thing up, left it out for an hour, left his butt hanging out. And I don't care if the man said don't touch his butt and cover it back up. Y'all should have had the decency to cover it back up since y'all are the ones that pulled it down. And the man didn't want y'all touching him anymore because y'all beat him. He got beat by a bat, and then y'all came in there and tortured that man and left him in his own pile of blood for an hour. And anybody that watches this video can see that. Fuck all y'all pieces of shit.
I'm gonna bomb the shit out of them. It's true. I don't care. I don't care. They've got to be stopped.